Hi, my name is EmeliaHartford, and this is the Z06 with Z07 package. Let me show you. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog, and thank you for tuning in. I am here in my home state of Indiana, here at the Indy 500 with Chevrolet. You can see the Z06 behind me. They've officially announced that the Z06 is the official pace car, so I'm really excited to go see that and share this little kind of like behind the scenes with you guys. I'm filming on my phone just so I can try to capture as much as possible, as discreetly as possible. Also, fun fact, this whole stadium seats 230,000 people. It's kind of crazy to think about, but about twice that is the average views per episode that I'm blessed to be able to get thanks to you guys. We can fill 2 of these stadiums. Watch, this video doesn't do well, then you're like, no, you can only fit 1. Joining me today is the TikTok star, Renegade. Pushing Pistons.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
We're having a good time today. You're also vlogging for your own YouTube channel.
I'm trying to vlog out here, trying to.
I love it. He's more prepared than I am. I brought the phone because I was like, it'll be easier to sneak in.
You get car videos, right?
Yeah.
I follow you on TikTok.
No way.
Yeah.
He's famous. See, I told you.
That's so cool.
So behind me, you can see the C8 Stingray pace cars. We're headed out right now to go see the official Z06 pace car of the Indy 500. Ooh-hoo-hoo! The official Z06 with Z07 package pace car for the Indy 500. So if you guys remember from the first video that was done unveiling this car, I got to see the prototype over at the proving grounds. You have the carbon fiber wing, you have the carbon ceramic brakes with the bigger calipers, you also have the Cup 2R tires, carbon fiber side skirt, front splitter. Sitting side of the Z06, I couldn't help myself. I love the carbon fiber accents inside. You have on the door, you have on the steering wheel, and you also have on the center console, which is really nice. Ooh, look, a switch. I wonder what that does. Should I do it? Should I hit it? No, I don't want to get in trouble. I want them to invite me back, so I'm not going to hit the switch. As far as I know, that could actually be for a suppressant system, so that could be dangerous. Nitrous button? Nitrous button? No, but seatbelts. But it's so cool to see inside of the pace car because this is essentially a race car. They have a harness bar in the back and then also these harness style seat belts. And of course, even up here, this is carbon fiber as well. So obviously now that the Z06 is right here in front of me, I have to look at how I'm going to twin turbo it. You know, I said I was going to leave it stock, and I might leave it stock, but I might also twin turbo it just because I want to hear what a flat plane crank V8 sounds like with turbos from factory, 670 horsepower. I would love to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Omaze. I'm excited to be working with Omaze again to offer you the chance to win a custom DeBerti Ford Bronco, all while supporting an amazing cause, the Warrior Built Foundation. This Bronco is fully customized with all the best goodies. It's a 4-door wild track with a 2.7-liter EcoBoost, pumping out 310 horses and 400 foot-pounds of torque. My friend Brad DeBerti and his dad Doug tricked this out with ADV fiberglass wide body and hood, just like I did on mine. 4 wheels, parts, front and rear bumpers, sidebars, skid plates, the same weld wheels I have on my Bronco, and wrapped in some meaty 37-inch BF Goodrich tires. It also has some of the best factory specs, including 10-speed auto, 4x4 Lux package, hardtop, and 12-inch infotainment screen. Also, as I mentioned before, every donation supports a great cause. This time, you are supporting the amazing Warrior Built Foundation and their work offering vocational and recreational therapy to veterans through experiences working with mechanics and vehicle modification, and by going on recreational adventures around the country. So with that said, for your chance to win a custom DeBerti Ford Bronco and support an amazing cause, go to amaze.com/Hartford and enter now. Now, let's get back to the episode. Oh, I almost forgot what carpet looks like back here. This is really nice. So, dual throttle body, intake manifold. So when it comes to designing a twin turbo kit, obviously the hot side and the cold side. So we just need to figure out what's going to change between the twin turbo kit that we have now on the C8 on Phoenix. And I think the only thing that's going to change is the boost tubes into the intake manifold, and of course the exhaust, which is going to be on the cold side down here. So likely it'll just feed 2 different pipes straight into the intake manifold, and I'm a sucker for X pipes on a V8, so I'm going to try to find a way to incorporate that with this. It's going to be hard, but it's doable. I think we can do it, guys. So I think for cooling, we're going to do the same thing we did on Phoenix, and then I also think for oiling, it's going to be the same thing. Feed into it and then return it back into where the oil fill cap is. The cool thing about walking around this car is noticing things that you wouldn't have noticed before, and I just found one. I glanced in here earlier and I noticed there was a radiator back here, and I thought for a second, that's not right, because my Stingray didn't come with a radiator. It looks like they added an additional one on the Z06 for more cooling, so I stand corrected. In order to cool the intercooler with the fan and radiator, we're going to need to figure something else out, although I think we can reuse it or just stick a fan behind it or something or other. But that's very interesting to see that there is indeed a radiator on the driver's side of the Z06, whereas there wasn't on the Stingray. So if I'm correct, there were 2 additional radiators, or let's just say heat exchangers, on the Z06. I don't know if the Z07 package has an additional one, but you have the 2 condensers in the front, and then you have the heat exchanger right in the front grille there, which I'm so happy that they did. You have one in the passenger door, but now you also have one in the driver door. So they added 2 more, one in the driver door and then one in the front there. So sorry about the music. I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to end up being able to use. This you can see has the mag ride. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that behind, but the carbon fiber covers are actually super sweet. So I'm going to be taking some photos so I can pre-design a twin turbo kit for this car, because I don't know, I'd say I only would stop, but you guys already know once I get this car, I'm going to want to modify it some way or another. And I know it's kind of stupid with a high revving flat plane crank to add more boost to it because the compression ratio is so high already. But, I mean, what does a 3-pound spring hurt? And if twin turbos doesn't happen, although I'm here right now to look at how we can get it to work, because when I filmed the Z06 commercial, I didn't really have a lot of time to look in the engine bay because a lot of it was prototype, as you guys saw. You know, there is the world too where we do what I had wanted to do initially with the Ferrari, and that's ITVs on the Z06. So we can do electronic throttle blades and essentially do velocity stacks. If we really want to go hardcore, we cut out the rear glass and just have them stick it straight up to the heavens. I don't know, the opportunities are endless. I'm thinking about how we would modify this car. It's so bad of me to think that. There's not a lot of cars that I love the sound of from factory. I love the sound of this car from factory. The Z06 just crushes everything. Alright, so I had to get away from the noise. I am here with another Z06 with Z07 package, and I can officially confirm that the Z06s and the Z07s come with 5 radiators, where the Stingrays came with 3. You heard it here first. I was the first to notice it. I don't think I've ever seen a single article or anyone else talking about it. So instead of trying to get to the engine with the convertible and trying to peek underneath, there is a half display Z06 with Z07 package right here that I'm going to take a look at, and I believe there is a difference in the transmissions as well, which could be super exciting. I'm going to get one of the engineers here to help talk us through that, because I don't know that it's ever been talked about, but I don't think they're trying to hide that information either, so we might be able to hear it here first. Whoa, this is so much nicer to be able to look at everything. I haven't up close and personal kind of looked at how the exhaust system is set up. But yeah, I think very easily we should still be able to do an X pipe in here. It will be a little tight. We'll probably have to lose the exhaust valves, but overall, I think it can be done. I have another fun secret to share with you guys about the Z06. If you look at the casing of the transmission, it's similar, but it's not the same. The case has been extended because oiling was a big concern, and I just confirmed with the engineers that they actually did extend the sump so that from factory you no longer need to add the 2 additional ports for track use. Also, I can confirm that the clutches are different. They had to build the clutches a little bit differently in order to handle the 8600 RPM Redline, but how they did it, I can't exactly say. But I just really wanted to take a look at everything inside of here to show you guys. Also, This is your girl's first iPhone vlog in a very long time, and I saw this car and I came out here, and I am hopefully able to get a bunch of little neat secrets about the C8 Z06 that we didn't really know about. I didn't know about them, and you guys know I'm Corvette obsessed, so I promise you I've read just about every article there is on this car. Also, now that I'm kind of trying to find little fun Easter eggs on the Z06, I noticed that the carbon fiber wheel, there's actually a heat shield on it. It's still a full carbon fiber wheel, but in order to keep heat from the brakes out of the wheel, they have a heat shield. I thought that was really cool and interesting that they'd done that, because at the one I saw at the Peterson, they hadn't finalized everything yet. You guys, I got to drive the Z06. I got to drive the Z06! Obviously, I could only like put it and I couldn't go very far. But I got to drive the Z06! But I can't speak on what it was like driving it at 3 miles per hour, so embargoed until further notice. We are headed back to the pits. The day is not over yet, but I do have to give a huge thank you to Chevrolet and General Motors for allowing me to come out here, point out some of the updates that I noticed on the Z06 and share that with you guys, and also be able to drive the car. So thank you, but there's still more to come. The day is still young. I feel so silly wearing this, but I'm more excited that I'm gonna get a passenger ride along in a hot lap around the racetrack in the Z06. So I'm excited for that. Man, you have the best job ever. So I just had the blessed opportunity to go around IMS in a hot lap in the Z06, and the person driving who gave me that ride along was Mark Royce, the president of General Motors. That was pretty cool. A story I'll tell forever. Thank you, Mark, if you're watching this for the ride along. I'm beyond impressed. What a wild day.
That was actually probably the fastest I've been in a car.
No way.
Ever, 160.
Don't lie.
I haven't been faster than 160.
Really?
The fastest I've been in was 155. So that was actually the fastest I've ever been.
That's crazy.
Which is actually crazy.
What's the fastest you've ever driven? On a private road, of course.
155.
You've driven?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was with the Blackwing.
You went 155 with the Blackwing? Oh, on the straight
On
out
the
of VIR, huh?
Yeah, and that was like, holy crap.
Okay, so I just got back to the hotel and I have about an hour before we have to leave for a dinner. So I wanted to take a moment though before dinner and just share with you guys the 5 new things that we've learned today about the Z06. The one is that it actually has 5 radiators as opposed to the 3 that the Stingray has. So the additional one is in the front and then also in the driver door. The UAE packages that had the ambient air packages for hotter climates, the imported ones of the Stingray did have a additional radiator in the driver door, which was something we learned when we were twin turboing the car trying to pull up part numbers. We actually found the part number and we're using that radiator on Phoenix as a heat exchanger for the intercooler, which was, it's pretty cool, but now that's standard. The second thing is that the transmission case is actually longer and larger, and they've extended the sump a little bit so that it comes with the additional 2 quarts of transmission fluid for the racetrack. So you don't need to go to the dealership anymore when you buy a car in order to add that. Also, the third thing is that the clutches are also upgraded to handle the higher RPM. And the fourth thing was that the Z07 package with the carbon fiber wheels is actually going to come with a heat protectant around the barrel of the wheel to prevent any damage from heat of the brakes and whatnot. And then the fifth thing is that there's room for twin turbos.
I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, should I not cuss this?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
That's cool.